Hello from above.
Okay, we're back for our second video for PSE Weekly Overview. It's a rainy Saturday evening here at the Queen City of the South, October 29th. Uh, and we're gonna look at what could possibly happen next week, November 2 to November 4. Will I trading 31st of November 1? That's a holiday, so there's no trading. So we're only gonna have 3 days of trading for the first week of November. So before we start, kindly read the disclaimer on the next clip. Alright, we're back on our chart. So last week we've speculated our bearish move right here was speculated that this could be our second leg for our Elliott wave, but it's not absolute. It's not confirmation. It's just a speculation that it would be. We need definite or confirmation from other signs. We should correlate, confluence, but so far it did follow our speculation. So now, what could happen next week? Probably we would see doji candles. If we see doji candles, that's already a reversal pattern. Perhaps a morning star pattern formation that would tell us that it's time to buy in, or buyers or the bulls are trying to take over, to take control and move the prices upward. So that's one case. So we need a confirmation. So far our confirmation, or the confluence that we have, is that we've reached our support zone. So if you say support zone, that's where price action normally bounce off. This is the area where people or investor traders see the market at the lowest price, or sakto na presyo para mapalit ka, dili na siya kuan mahal. So that's where traders would engage in buying or going long for this particular scenario. Another one is a signal from our moving average 10. Okay, moving average 10. Let me zoom in real quick. See this? Our sky blue is our 20. Blue move over it. It doesn't confirm it much as of the moment, but we'll see by next week on our 3-day trade if this would still go over it. Significant breakaway or crossover, maklaro gyud na nilapas siya kana. That's one signal that buyers are slowly coming in and drive the market upward. So we've already have 2. That's our MA10. So the past 10 periods, the prices are still intact. It's not getting lower. So the average for that average price, we have a really good sign. And then our support zone, so that will be 2 supporting or supporting ideas or signals that we could say that the market would bounce back. Not maybe not next week. There's still a formation of consolidation. We're still looking at um, tag wars from the bulls and bears. Probably by a week after that, that's where we could see a signal that prices are going up. Now, just be careful that prices won't go below the zone, because if that happens, if you're trading, if you're swing trading, you might want to consider your position and take profit of whatever profit you might still have, because if price action goes down, most probably it would go to the next support line or support zone right here. Could probably go here, and that's how many points down. That's too large for you to handle if you're trying to hold a position and thinking that it might still go up if it closes down below, if price action are trading below. So that's one thing. Another is that there was a question whether this is a head and shoulder formation. Okay, there's a question if this is a head and shoulder formation, if we're not talking about Elliott wave. Yes, this could possibly be, because just for you to know, those who are not familiar with head and shoulders, sometimes there can be more than one low point that can be used to form a neckline. So this is our first low point, this is the second, though it doesn't really touch or at the level, but the wick is near to it, so let's just consider that as the second neckline. So now how would we know if that's a head and shoulder? It's a valid head and shoulder. Now we look at the oscillators. We look at oscillators to see if those are a valid head and shoulder formation. So you could use Chaikin money flow, or you could use OBV, on balance volume. I'd like to use OBV, so let me pull that out. OBV. So pull OBV on balance volume. Okay. Right. There's an on balance volume. Have an on balance volume. So now, how would you know if it's head and shoulders? The left shoulder formation should be higher than the head. Okay, should be higher. But if we look at our shoulder, let's say the highest shoulder, let's use the highest shoulder, it didn't form, or it's not higher than the head, because if it's higher from the head, we should see a bearish divergence. So it should be high, or the volume is higher on the left shoulder than the head. So that's where we consider that as a head and shoulder, because that's a bearish divergence, and head and shoulder is a bearish pattern. So we eliminate the idea that it's a head and shoulder pattern. So what now? So another confluence is that we're oversold. We're oversold. Okay, so when we say oversold, again, presyo barato, prices are cheap. And what do you expect when it's oversold? Your guess is as good as mine. Yep, buyers would dive in, buyers would buy more shares. So that's why we could see a price action moving, or price action moving up. maybe not next week, maybe a week after, until we form some significant candles that would tell us that it's go time. So that's where we're looking at. So let's recap everything. We are bouncing. We're bouncing. We've reached our support zone. Our possibility of bouncing up. It's oversold from our OBV. It's oversold, so prices are cheaper. Expectancy of bulls to dive in, buy more stock, buy more shares, palitog daghan, and our early signal, moving average 10, crossed over our 20s, so that's already three signs that we are gonna move upward in the next week, or in a week, next week or two. So I hope this helps out in your trading plan, and if you like this video, just share this to people you might know investing in stock. Share this to everyone and yung mga kaila that are worried about the stock market going down. No, you should not be worried. You should think, invest smart, learn what you have to learn, know techniques for you not to be emotional when you trade. Here I'm just looking at price action. Everything I do is all technical. There's no market noise. I'm looking at price action, so that's everything I have to look at when trading. So hope you guys like it, and see you in the next video.
Wherever I go, wherever I see, I remember you. If you remember